Hi, this is Zak Mir with an extra edition of the Bulletin Board Heroes here at Zak's Traders Cafe for Monday, the 16th of June. Starting off with Coinsilium, where the previous call was at above 20. There wasn't much before the 30 pence level, and we're still looking at that. Shares had a little bit of a pause near the 20 pence level, which was that old 2021 peak, but managed to close above that, and hopefully we'll get 30 pence or more over coming days. Ideally, there's no end-of-day close back below 20 pence. If we can manage that. On to a company which I interviewed a week or two ago, and here it looks, you can see that it hit the target line there at 12 pence, above 12 pence, looking for fresh target there, the red line up to 18 pence, hopefully as soon as the end of this month. Ideally at this stage we stay on the right side of around 10.5, 11 pence. That was resistance on the way down. Another Bitcoin Treasury Brigade is Helium Ventures, and here you can see that the first target was 9 pence, second one towards 13. Above 13, we're looking for up towards 30 pence plus, a bit like Coinsilium, not much on the chart there in terms of resistance between the 13 pence area and 32 pence, the old 2021 peak. So let's see if the shares can deliver on that. Ideally, again, we stay above the 12 to 13 pence area in the meantime. Haydale, another winner, for a recent winner, which was a bit of a surprise winner actually as well, but interesting that the graphene stock seem to be hot at the moment, which is something of a miracle, I suppose. We were looking for various targets on the way up, 0.2, 0.3, 0.4, and then 0.51, and seem to have hit all of them. What will be interesting now is whether the shares can deliver a fresh leg to the upside, probably along the lines of the line I'm attempting to draw at the moment, which is up to 0.8, maybe by the end of next month. But the key here, I think, is staying above at least the 0.45 area, yesterday's resistance for the shares. Ideally, well, the worst case, probably 0.4 on that one in terms of a retracement. Moving on to Metals One, which is still trying to regroup after the rather painful decline from 55 pence. What you can see now is that we've had 2 days the shares are at and above the 200-day moving average. Guessing now that the top of that mildly descending trend channel around 20 pence is the near-term target, and hopefully that can be seen over the next couple of weeks by the end of this month, even if the shares then fall back again. I don't want to see an end-of-day close back below 10 pence and that 200-day moving average. Moving along to Metro Bank, which is rather bigger than rather bigger stock than what I normally look at, but here you can see that we've had the breakout there, unfilled gap to the upside through old resistance at £1.23. Above that, looking for and hoping for a target towards as high as £1.73. I did say earlier today that it was difficult to see what would do that, but apparently there is a bid speculation associated with the company from Pollen Street. So lovely people there. Moving along to the situation at Pensana, where you can see that, well, you will be able to see in a second, that we've blown the doors off all the recent targets. The rather ambitious one was up to 48 pence, but that's now become support, and we're looking for that July resistance line projection as high as 70 pence by the end of this month, rather, or much sooner. Ideally, you stay above the previous June peak, the initial June peak, at 57 pence, but I suppose anywhere down towards the 50 area will still give us up to 70 pence. On to Priority One, which has rebounded well. Hopefully this is the proper rebound for the shares. You can see that we've been in a mildly descending price channel. What's interesting about today's close is that we closed that gap down from the beginning of the month, so it's a gap close buy signal. Let's see if it actually is a buy after that. If you're cautious, maybe wait for an end-of-day close above the 50-day moving average at 3.8 pence to take us up to the top of the recent range at 7 pence, hopefully by the end of this month. RSI is pushed above neutral 50 as well, which is a positive. On to the biggie, which is Smarter Web, and here we managed to blow all the doors off in terms of the target. I think we were looking for above 220. Today the target put up to that resistance line there, the purple one, the indigo one from last month, so that was almost exactly on £3. The next, or the maximum target here, seemed to be that resistance line there around 337, and in fact the high today 335. So I suppose in a way that worked. In terms of retracement, then I suppose the main thing here now is we stay above the middle of today's range, so above 250. So any dips towards 250 in the first instance likely to be regarded as a buy opportunity, but don't think I've ever seen a stock hit every single target so quickly and so efficiently. Another stock which is in vogue at the moment is Tao Alpha, rather, and here we've broken recent neckline resistance at 0.86. Above that, looking for the top of the range, and the top of that rising trend channel from November as high as 1.6 pence. Looking for that by the end of this month. On the basis that we're in the run-up to a golden cross, you can see that beautiful arc there for the 50 and 200-day lines, and the upside value while we're above that 0.86 area. On to a stock which I haven't looked at before, largely because it's changed its name, and here you can see an unfilled gap to the upside, U-shaped turnaround here, so we're looking quite, or feeling quite optimistic that we could hit to the top of that rising trend channel at 0.15 by the end of this month, if this joins the general stampede to the upside we're seeing in many of these stocks. Ideally, there's no breakback below the floor of the latest gap there, around the 0.03 level, and hopefully we can see the right side of 0.04. Finishing off with something slightly more pedestrian, but just including this on the basis that the shares have hit the target line there for the second time at 50 pence. Above that, looking for the upper parallel of that broadening triangle there as high as 60 pence by the end of this month. Ideally, we stay above the 45 pence level in the meantime. That's it for me today. More normal updates tomorrow.